In the words of one of the greatest basketball players, Michael Jordan, who says, you have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. And with this, we welcome you to another edition of a favorite sports show, Sports Hour, coming to you live from the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. My name is Olushola Lojide. Good morning and welcome to today's show. As it is the norm now, I am definitely not alone in the studio as I have again to discuss with me, Mr. Olawale Ayeni. It's good to have you again.
Thank you, Jide, for having me.
How have you been?
I'm fine, and you?
And I got a lot to discuss today.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about the death of National United player Chineme Martins and the fallout of the event. The LMC have also repeated reports on the suspicion of the league based on the death, and the coronavirus has continued to threaten sporting activities across the globe. Then the former Super Eagles captain has said he wants to return to the pitch again after 2-year absence. Please stay tuned to know who this captain is or former captain is. Kenneth Roy has said money is not a motivating factor for him to coach the Super Eagles. On the local scene, Rangers International have secured their 4th ever league victory over Katsina United. And I will be looking at some of the results from the Champions League matches played on Tuesday and Wednesday. And also we'll take a look at the fixtures for the weekend if time permits us. So now we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we will kickstart the show. Please don't change the dial. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Let's begin with the sad occurrence that happened this week in the sport in Nigeria. This week began on a morning note in the Nigerian football community following the death of National United defender Chineme Martins, who died after slumping in the Nigerian Professional Football League tie against Katsina United in Lafia on Sunday. According to eyewitnesses who were at the Lafia Township Stadium, said the late defender was standing alone when he slumped around the 44th minute of the game. And then the league management company has refuted reports that the league had been suspended by the Nigerian Football Federation. There were reports that the NFL suspended the league after Martins died and slumped on Sunday. The NFL was said to have suspended the league as a result of unsatisfactory medical attention given to the late footballer. Now, Mr. Wale, this has been a very, very sad occurrence in our football when a young guy of, I think about 22 years old, 23, died because of lack of good medical facilities. And me and you, everybody saw the video online trending where, in fact, that was not even, as you can see on your screen, how they're trying to bring him back to revive him, but then these guys are not even professional medical personnel.
I think it's just a sad one for us. For that, we get to see when you see on your TV screen right about now how they were trying to resuscitate him. I think that the National United didn't actually do their homework well. Medical facilities should have been made available at the stadium at that particular time in all matches, in all match venues. They should have medical facilities. For us to actually to lose Martins due to some people carelessness, some people didn't actually do what they expected to do. I think it shows that those who actually made this happen, for me, they should have been prosecuted. They should actually send them to jail, because Martins, we know, is a promising defender. He's
the breadwinner for that.
He is the breadwinner for his family, and who knows where his career will actually lead him to, at least for him to get to represent the country in future competition. But the destiny of this young promising player has been cut short due to the fact that some people who are saddled with the responsibility didn't actually do what is expected.
Let me cut it short. Those saddled with responsibilities, are they actually qualified to be medical personnel? Because if you're qualified medical personnel, you will not do what they're trying to do to this guy. Somebody is gasping for breath, you are pouring water inside his lungs.
Instead of you doing what is necessary.
Kiss of death.
Yes.
Give that that CPR, but none Nobody did that. And he brought an ambulance, in fact, not an ambulance, a walking corpse into the stadium to take this guy to hospital. And 5 men were pushing it. As you can see on your screen, 5 men were pushing this car, not even ambulance.
This is not even an ambulance.
To start.
This is a show of shame for Nasarawa United.
Not Nasarawa United, the league entirely.
Even the league manager that is talking about the LMC, I think those who are saddled with the responsibility at the end of affairs, I think they should just bury their head in sand due to the fact that this should have been avoided. When we have the right people manning the right position, when you talk to our own professional football league, I think we should go beyond that. Talk for crying out loud, we are in the century that you saw what happened during the Champions League match against Tottenham and Lisbon. There was a player that was hit by the ball. The player almost swallowed his tongue, but he was due to the medical facilities and the personnel there.
He was saved.
He was saved. So I think the LMC at this point, they have to impose this law, getting to have the right equipment in all our stadium to avoid this incident.
I was speaking on one of the captains of one of these clubs, and he said that they don't value their lives. That most of them players treat themselves, not even the club, when they get injured.
You can imagine.
Treat themselves, and now it's possible that this guy will not be. Every player wants to play because of match bonus.
Yes.
Because they don't pay them very well, so they need every money to get to survive. And is not fit.
Yes.
And he did not know.
Fatigue are setting, playing week out,
and they travel long hours on the road to go and on league matches in every other place of the country. And this tells on the players.
I think regular checkup. We need regular checkup.
Has there be regular checkup?
We don't have regular checkup.
They said they only check them up when they sign new players. When they sign them up. And as they go to hospital, just check their heart rate, heartbeat, and everything, and that is all.
No. We need to do regular checkup. You see what in the case of Kanu Wanko, when he was about to sign for Milan.
Yes, from Ajax.
Yes, they went to check that he was not really feeling fine. That was when they discovered that he was having a heart issue, and they swing into action immediately, and he was rescued from that.
It's the latest person I can think of right now.
Yes.
Cassius in Porto.
Yes.
Just do normal training. And they discovered that this guy's breathing was not normal because he had all their gadgets on their body.
Yes.
So watch all of them. They always put that thing on their body to know how they fare. And they saw this rate is not normal. What is wrong? And they called him apart and said, "Guy, you are sick. I'm going to relax." Yeah. So I think the Nigeria Football Federation and the LMC as a whole, they need to up that game. Now they are being reactive to me right now. They're not being proactive.
Yes, they're not being proactive
because they have the laws there. Every game match must have a full complement of medical personnel and equipment, but they do not enforce it.
Even the ministry have said no medics, no football matches. Even the LMC have come out to condemn. They've just been reactive. I want them to go further than that. Ensure that all those necessary equipment, medical equipment and medical agents are present in the stadium so that they can swing into action.
Are you in support of the league being suspended? Because I spoke to some players, they said they want this league suspended.
Of course.
They want so that the Shota can go ahead and bring in all the equipment that they need because they have the money to do that.
We saw that bringing out equipment in 2015 with the Shehu Duku. They did a press briefing.
That was childish.
It was childish. Where are those facilities now? Where are they?
He gave them to the vibrators. He gave them to all the clubs. Are the clubs making use of those equipment?
They are not making the use of it.
So the league should suspend it for a while.
I told in the same line. Let the league be suspended.
The players want the league to be suspended.
Let us get our house in order and see how we can improve on our football, not just on only medical facilities, the facilities around the stadium. Let's see. Let's just go out from this normal shape that we have been seeing in the past years.
Okay, let's say it plays out on the March 15th and 14th and 15th when the league the matches resume again and see whether they will actually enforce or they're enforcing these laws. This one's a form of death again as well, but more on the global stage. The coronavirus toll has risen to over 1,000 infections and over 4,000 deaths, with government imposing lockdowns, travel and border restrictions, and a fear from some that the worst is yet to come. Sporting events worldwide continue to be postponed, cancelled, or played without spectators. And now the Italian Olympic Committee has stopped events till April 3rd. Basketball games have been suspended. India Wales suspended. The Fed Cup finals also suspended. Man City Arsenal, which has been is not the first Premier League match to be postponed because of this pandemic called coronavirus.
About 14 of Arsenal players and 4 officials have been quarantined.
A Juventus player was just tested positive to the coronavirus, which means that all of them in that team, including Ronaldo, will be quarantined.
Even same as Inter Milan, Victor Moses and all that, and
because they played.
Yes, because they played together, so they have been correct.
Champions League matches are not being played behind closed doors. No different things. Japan has cancelled their own what's called again athletics, their games. Today in Greece, which is supposed to be the flame lighting ceremony for the Olympics, will be held without spectators. And again, so reporters has it that the Olympics might just be postponed to 2022. Euro 2020.
Yes, due to the fact of this coronavirus. I want the World Health Organization to partner with all the whole countries and see how we can how we can actually get a cure for this disease, because it's fast growing
and they're losing
and we are
losing money.
We are losing money and we're losing lives every day. So we just want those to swing into action, get to do some experiment and see how we can get a cure for this deadly disease.
Just imagine players going to the pitch and they're not seeing the 12th player. No fan, nobody to cheer them up.
I think it will actually affect, due to the fact that the economic of the league will actually go down, and so many things will be affecting the league in terms of marketing, in terms of all that. I think they need to actually arrest this coronavirus before it gets
league.
I pray we don't get to get such virus.
I pray so.
We thank God that what really happened in Lagos has been put under control.
Because if you could not take care of a girl that died, I wonder how we are going to manage this large scale of coronavirus.
And with the large crowd that comes to watch the particular match, yes,
it will be catastrophic. Okay, now the Nigerian former captain Vincent Eyama has denied reports that he has ended his playing career, according to local media outlets. The 37-year-old, who hasn't played a competitive fixture since April 2017, has called time on his career, but Eyama insists that that is not the case. He told the Front Sport in an exclusive interview that he still wants to play football and that he is not pursuing a career in golf. And I quote him, "I enjoy playing golf, so understand the confusion. I've been staying in shape." Eyama is 37 years old and he's still very young compared. That's the age of goalkeepers. They can keep to like 45 years. But where has he been?
Not arguably, I would say, due respect to Peter Rufai, I would say Vincent Eyama has been our best the years. We have not had any goalkeeper that have actually manned the post, give us that confidence in that particular department that we are actually currently lacking at this point in time. I feel he actually retired too early because this Egyptian goalkeeper, I've forgotten his name, he retired at the age of 42. He still went to the World Cup, he went to the Nations Cup. I think Eyama should have just stayed put.
The Egyptian goalkeeper retired at
45, yes, like 45. I feel at this point in time, Eyama should have not just retired at that particular time. But we all know the politics that was going on in the Nigerian Football Federation. We know how they were fighting. There was a Cold War at that period that he actually hung his boot. I feel at this particular time, we should just keep those aside. We still need his services. He's just 37.
But right now, it might be match rusty.
It might be match rusty.
He has not played any physical game for the last 2 years.
He can stick up. Okay, what about this German goalkeeper Okoye that they actually invited to the national team? He has not even kept in a particular league game. So I don't know why they are still inviting him to the national team if you cannot actually invite Eyama, who has been there for us, who know the in and out of the team.
He played, I think, 99 times or 100 times for Nigeria.
Yes, and he has been our best goalkeeper for over a decade now. So I feel the coach of Nigeria Super so actually invite him, if not even putting him in a game, at least his presence in the team will actually give Akpeye that confidence and Chukwuma Ezenwa that confidence to actually man the pool.
Anyway, let's say that. Still talking about the Super Eagles, the coach Kenneth Roy has revealed that he has never thought of dropping the national team, adding that he is 100% committed to his job. Roy has 3 months left on his current deal, and while he has received an offer for his contract renewal from the NFF, money would be the topmost priority, according to him. The 67-year-old was linked with the Pharaohs of Egypt's job last year before the Egyptian Football Federation appointed Osam El Badri as the team's national team's coach. And now, according to the contract he'll be given, the improved contract, is going to earn $55,000 monthly. That's roughly 20 million naira monthly for Gennett Roy. And this is going to be a slap on the local coaches who have paid far less than this.
I think the NFF has to actually review this, because it's a slap.
This racism.
It's a slap on our home-based coaches.
And the local coaches.
The likes of late Keshi, the likes of Amodu. Those guys have still been owed by the NFF up to today, and they are paying. And they want to pay 20 million. For Gennett Roy, who has not even led Nigeria to the quarter-final, who has not even led Nigeria to the quarter-final stage of the World Cup. He has not even led Nigeria to the finals of the African Cup of Nations. I wonder why they are paying him this huge sum of money.
That's just salary. They will still give him accommodation.
I think this
they will still give him official cars and everything. Take care of his medicals and everything. So he's not spending anything in Nigeria.
And mind you,
he does not even stay in Nigeria.
He does not even stay in Nigeria. They gave him 3-bedroom apartment, which he actually came out and said it is too much for him. That only him can actually stay in that particular house.
But they never give Nigerian coaches that.
You can imagine. We have our own under-20 coaches, under-23 coaches. Even the players themselves, they have not been paid match bonuses which they have even played for Nigeria over the years. I think the NFF need to actually review this. Get to pay your own people, and this foreigner, I think he has not even given enough for him to actually deserve that particular amount that they are getting to pay him.
This is the situation, but anyway, all the same, we hope to see a very strong Super Eagles where we can always go back to watch and say, yes, this is my team playing, and we'll be glad. A team that will compete with the likes of Spain, compete with the likes of Germany, shoulder to shoulder. Look at the 1994 set.
Yeah,
we're the 5th best playing nation according to FIFA
in the world.
But now we are dragging with
33
goals, and it's a shame. Still on the local scene, Rangers International FC has secured its 4th ever league victory over Katsina United in a rescheduled March Day 18 of the Nigeria Professional Football League Enugu State. The Flying Antelopes, as they call the Rangers International, have steadily climbed out of relegation battle, won their game by a lone goal scored by Chinonso Ezekwe just at the stroke of half-time, and have maintained a clean sheet at home in their last 3 league games. Enugu Rangers started falling.
Yeah.
They started very well, and this is the only team, the only Nigerian team that has not gone on relegation. Every other team has gone on relegation, Enyimba, Kano, Pillars, but Rangers International is the only Nigerian club that has not gone on relegation. And they started very poorly, they were seriously battling relegation, but now they are now 8th on the position on the table.
It's a good one.
31 points.
It's a good one for Rangers, no doubt about that. They're a good side.
I think they won about 8 games, lost 7, drew others.
They're a good side, no doubt about that. But at this stage of the Nigerian Professional Football League, every home matches count. You need to actually win your home matches so that.
And they've not considered a goal in the last. Now this year they make it the 4th game in a row. They've not considered a top in league.
I think it's an impressive performance from Rangers, due to the fact that they've been in the relegation waters earlier, but now they are getting into shape. They're doing what they are expected.
So Salisu
Yusuf, yes, he's doing good.
He was brought in to salvage the club from.
But he couldn't do much at the continental stage. But at this point in time,
let's talk about the continental games. How can we do well when our players don't go out of the country to play friendly matches with
going on friendly
tours?
I think it's still boiled down to lack of sponsorship in the league. We don't really have a good sponsor. Most of the private organizations in the country are not partnering with clubs to see how they can actually support those clubs. Where we get to see in the European club, where we get to see so many private companies getting to partner with clubs so that they can actually make more money. But if you don't have money, how do you get to take your players to Europe for them to actually play tour? So at this point in time,
I thought LFC signed a deal with Online TV.
Have you even seen them broadcasting a match live?
Broadcasting a match live.
They said they have a company that will be watching the Nigerian Professional Football League on our smartphone. They are going to create an app and all that. Have you ever seen that played out?
Maybe they are thinking of next season.
They are thinking of next season.
I'm not about the spokesperson, but good one for the Rangers International, who are able to get themselves out of the battle. And Katsina United too, that's what do well too. They are 10th on the table. I think they're about 30. They are 31. In fact, look at the point difference between all these clubs are so marginal. They are so close.
Yes.
So right now, any team can go back to relegation.
From the top to the bottom, it's just like 15 points there about that.
Compared to what you have in
what you have in EPL, where Liverpool are in 82 position and the others are in 20-something position. I think the league is getting into shape. Clubs are actually fighting for the points they can actually lay their hands on. I think in the next 4 or 5 games, we'll see how the points will actually go.
Still talking about our local league now. How we have been performing so poorly in continental football. Rangers, they perform poorly.
Even the game lost to they lost away.
It's because these guys. Again, I spoke with one of the players, the Iba players, Ifeanyi, yesterday on phone, and he was said that they travel 14 hours on the road to go on a league match, and they still have to go to African continent to go and play to Guinea or wherever country they're going to play. They get fatigued because now they will stay one place for hours.
That's why I want this private organization to partner with all these clubs. At this point in time, you don't expect a Liverpool team to be entering bus to travel to London or to travel to Swansea to go and play match. They all take flight. They all take flight. They have light train that actually it's even faster, but mind you, most of the time it's flight. I want our league to get to that level where even though you are going from Niger to Kogi, you can fly your team there. You can fly your team there. If you are going from Lagos to Kano, fly your team there. It's not actually good. It's not actually good for.
Look at what happened to Ruby Stars last week.
When that was
got burnt.
Yes.
God save those guys.
Yes.
In the dead of the night.
You can imagine.
And I'm sure they've been on the road for hours before that thing happened.
Yes.
At that point, they were stranded because they were in the bush.
In the bush.
Anything could have happened.
Yes.
Well, if they have flown, God forbid, they will have arrived at the station within maximum 1 hour.
1 hour.
The longest journey in Nigeria is not up to 2 hours.
Maybe 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yes, Nigeria is not as big.
Yes,
not as big as China or US.
US, yes. I think the LMC have to look inward, see how they can get more sponsorship, see how they can partner with media organizations to actually portray the league in the limelight. But at this point in time, they have to do what is needful, make sure that the league, all what they need the league to be good and top-notch. They have to put that in shape. Talking about facilities, medicals, administrative,
contract
of players. They actually put all that in shape. The officials, referees, and all that. Match day commissioners. They have to, even the pitch itself. They have to make sure that those pitches are in good shape, and see how they can actually partner with the media and see if they can actually get a sponsor. They can sponsor the league, and get the league on TV set so that sponsor can actually get value for their money.
That's just it, because we need this on TV to watch and see which players are performing well.
Yes.
And then let's now go to Europe, where some matches were played on Tuesday and on Wednesday, yesterday. On Tuesday, Valencia against Atalanta, the game ended 3-4, aggregate 4-8. Tottenham against Leipzig, 3-0, aggregate 4-0. Tottenham did not score a single goal against their opponent.
Yes.
And Mourinho was livid. He was helpless. He was confused.
But I didn't really blame Mourinho for that huge loss, due to the fact that if you check that game, 8 of the starting players didn't actually play in that particular encounter. Harry Kane was not there, Son was not there, Sanchez, Dembele, the list go on and on. We're not there in that particular encounter. Leipzig, they just actually qualified for the knockout stage of the Champions League for the first time in their history. A good side that has a 32-year-old as a coach. They are very doing well. This German guy, Werner, is actually doing well in that particular game. You see them playing. I don't understand. These guys don't get tired. You see them playing 90 minutes without them even getting exhausted. I think it's a good one for them. It's a good side. For Tottenham to actually lose that particular match. I think for
Champions League finalists last season.
And Champions League finally, and people are just saying, then why do you actually remove a Pochettino who has been doing well for Tottenham, and you bring in a Mourinho who has not been in his best form at this particular time?
Okay, yesterday was a deal breaker for Liverpool, where they lost 3-2 to Atletico Madrid and 4-2 on aggregate. The first leg ended 1-0.
Yes.
And Liverpool were so determined that second leg, because Anfield is not a stadium you come with and you escape with.
Yes.
And they did well.
Yeah.
They did well. But Atletico Madrid, I was talking about our coach Diego Simeone. He had his game plan.
He has a game plan up to game plan C.
Even to Z.
Even to Z.
Just imagine a team of Liverpool having 32 shots on target.
Yes.
You can imagine that kind of defensive game, not even defensive, ultra defensive game that Diego Simeone employed, and a counter-attack game that he used. That's how they were able to score the 2 goals.
If you watch the first leg at Spain, I told a whole lot of Liverpool fans, even my brother who is a Liverpool fan, I told him that it's going to be difficult for Liverpool at the Anfield due to the fact that Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid side, there's a team that they can even play 150 minutes if the game extends to that particular time. I told him due to the fact that Diego Simeone is this kind of coach that get to inspire his team. Even though you watch very, very well, Atletico Madrid has not won a whole lot of laurels, but Atletico Madrid management keep faith in Diego Simeone due to the fact that they know what he can actually bring to the table of the team. Yesterday, Mohamed Salah was nowhere. Even Firmino was nowhere. Even their captain Henderson was nowhere. The greatest disaster yesterday was Van Dijk. I don't know what he was doing.
That guy is a scam.
It's a scam. I don't know what he's doing.
Thanks to English media now, he has been exposed.
Yes.
Since the first leg.
Yes. Since against Watford match.
Yes, he has been exposed. Actually this guy has weakness. We all thought it was a super defender that nobody can go.
And again, it was a wishy-washy performance from that goalkeeper yesterday, Andre. I think he was the major cause of Liverpool downfall yesterday. Why not clear that ball? Those goals was totally avoidably if he has actually kept his cool yesterday at that particular match. I feel it's a wake-up call for Jurgen Klopp's side. I know he has been winning, but if you want to be a champion, so you just have to keep winning. You have to keep that mental fitness up there. That is what Diego Simeone has a hedge over Liverpool yesterday. You were talking about they virtually won all the whole trophy they needed to win. But when we look at what Real Madrid did back to back three times, it shows they have that mental fitness. It shows they have that mental fitness. At this point in time, Jurgen Klopp should just actually focus on the Premier League and see if they can actually win.
PSG beat Dortmund 2-0. Now the fixtures for next week, we have Man City and Real Madrid. Real Madrid have to beat Man City, and we have Juventus and Lyon, which may not hold because of the coronavirus. Then next week we have Bayern, Chelsea, and Barcelona, Napoli. So we have some each games coming up next week, and but the major that is Juventus, Lyon, because the players are going to be quarantined 14 days.
Yes, 14 days, and they just have to extend it.
Yes. So we'll be editing today's show with this weekend's fixtures. We hope you enjoyed every bit of the program. We want to thank you so much, Mr. Wala, for coming to today's show again.
Oh, you're welcome. Any day, anytime.
Okay. And so please join us again next week, same time, same station. Till then, have a lovely day ahead and a blessed weekend. Bye.